What's the best way to respond to someone who comes to you with some sort of problem? Because I think I see myself as a very action-oriented, kind of logical problem-solving person. And my first instinct if someone comes to me with a problem is, how do we solve this problem? Like, what are the next action steps we need to take to actually improve this situation? And the problem is, when someone comes to you with a problem, they don't always just want advice on how to go about fixing that. And to give an example, let's just say your girlfriend comes home after a day at work, had a bad day, and she's telling you about how a boss did something or there's a rude customer or whatever. And my first instinct in that sort of situation is to say, how do we solve this? Like, you need to do this with your boss, blah, blah, blah. But I've sort of found there's four ways that people actually want to be responded to in that kind of situation. And it's different for every person and also different at different times. So you kind of need to find out how people want to be responded to. And that's like your responsibility to figure out what the best way to respond to someone is. So the first way is that problem solving situation. So sometimes people do want advice or they do want help, like thinking through a problem and then coming up with the best solution for that. And the second way that someone might want to be responded to is they just want you to listen. So they just want to be heard and kind of validated in their feelings, that how they're feeling is okay and that they're not doing anything wrong. And they don't want to be told like, you need to change this, you need to fix this. And that can come later, but for the time being, they just want to be listened to and sort of heard and understood. So that can be another way. And the third way is sometimes they just want to be left alone. So I'm probably more in this sort of category myself most of the time. Like, if I've got like an issue, sometimes I just want to be left alone to kind of think about it and think things through myself. And that doesn't mean I don't like the person I'm talking to or that I'm angry at them. It's just I want to be left alone. So sometimes that's the way people want to be responded to. And the fourth way is they just want physical affection. So they just want a hug, or they sort of take comfort in just like getting a hug from someone or whatever the case may be. So they're kind of the four different ways I found that someone does actually want to be responded to if they do have a problem. And as I said, it's your responsibility to figure out what way that is that they want to be responded to in that situation. And kind of the best way to figure it out is just really trial and error. So if you're like me and someone comes to you with a problem and you start trying to give them advice, but they just like shut down and they're not really listening to you, then you can kind of realize that and try something else. So try just listening to them and see if that makes them feel better, or try giving them a hug or whatever. And so, as I said, like it changes for every person, and different people will want different things at different times. So you kind of just develop like an intuition over time. But yeah, always just keep that in mind, because there's nothing worse like for someone if they want to like say just be heard and like understood, and you're sort of like hammering advice down their throat. They're not going to like come to you when they have problems in the future. So it is your responsibility to make sure that you're responding them in the way that they want to be responded to. So yeah, just something that's helped me thinking about it like that, and hopefully that helps someone else as well. So hope that helps, and please subscribe to this channel if you like these videos. I'll keep doing more, and I'll talk to you soon.